So welcome to the first sales webinar of 2017. My name is Amy. I am the sales marketing manager at Vendasta, and that means that a lot of the content that our various sales teams use, from scripts to videos to presentations and brochures, my team and I help to create. If you have any questions on anything that we go over today, feel free to email me, connect with me on LinkedIn. You can always even give me a call. And for the most part, I'm the one that creates the majority of the content for our webinars. Before we get started, I want to quickly mention Vendastacon. We are hosting our very first conference this year, and it's going on right now. So if you're curious to know, what it's all about, the talks that we're having, you can go to our Facebook page, and we're streaming a lot of the videos live. The Product Insider. Now, if you don't already get this, you definitely should. It's our weekly newsletter that goes out to all of our partners to let you guys know of what's new, what's coming out, of releases, content. And all you have to do is a simple Google search, Vendasta Product Insider, and this landing page will be the first that comes up, and you can sign up to subscribe. And if you don't know about it, our support center is phenomenal. That's me again right there. I've recorded quite a few videos for our platform. Support.vendasta.com is where we house all of our content, all of our videos, all of our walkthrough stuff, and it's really your one-stop shop for everything you need. So be sure to check that out or even bookmark it. So today, we're going to talk about how to get presentations from Facebook lead ads. So this webinar will be short but informative. And please note, so I'll be referencing specific examples of ads that Vendasta has run, but since you, all of our partners, also sell B2B, the examples will still be applicable. All right, so let's get started. You know that you have to be advertising on Facebook. You likely know that organic posts don't go very far in today's Facebook world. Unless you've got 50,000 plus fans, achieving favorable marketing outcomes with organic content in almost a 1.8 billion user world is almost futile. Based on Facebook's current algorithms, organic reach has plummeted over recent years to the point where almost 50 million businesses are posting 1.5 times per day, and they're only reaching an average of 2% of their audience. So those are not favorable numbers, to say the least. But should we really be surprised? As the world's largest social network, it was simply clockwork until Facebook turned to a pay-to-play model. And before you start shouting big corporate obscenities, it's in my opinion that Facebook still provides the best advertising platform on the web or anywhere else in the business world. It's really sophisticated, in a good way. And boosted posts, as you know, just aren't getting the job done. And what these are a type of Facebook newsfeed ad that takes content in the form of a Facebook page post and amplifies it to a specific audience through Facebook's newsfeed advertising platform in order to target or increase visibility and boost post engagement. The advantage to boosting is that it's easier and more accessible to do compared to a newsfeed ad. But the downside of boosting is that it has limited targeting capabilities, 4 to 10 maximum interests, and no goal setting ability. And here's some info about Facebook ads. They can appear in the newsfeed on desktop, newsfeed on mobile, and in the right column of Facebook on desktop. And ad content is sometimes paired with news about social actions that your friends have taken, like liking a page. So your friends might see news about the social actions you have taken in Facebook ads. This news will only be shown to your confirmed friends and will adhere to the privacy settings that you've set for your account. So if a photo is used, it's your profile photo and not a photo from your photo albums. Facebook doesn't just sell your info to advertisers. It also actively enforces policies that help protect your experience with third-party apps and ad networks. So you likely already know all of this. So let's get into 3 best practices for Facebook ads. First, what's your objective? It's important to know the purpose of your Facebook ad before you decide on a budget. So understand whether the aim is to increase brand awareness, conversions, video views. And in this webinar, we'll be talking about presentations. Each action made by your audience on Facebook ad, each action made by your audience on your Facebook ad costs money. So make sure you solidify your objectives before making those investments. Next, be specific, especially on the audience you're targeting. So Facebook houses millions, if not billions, of data points. Take the time to narrow your audience targeting to ensure your ad will appear where the people you want to see it will be. And I'll get to how to do that shortly. And the last best practice. To avoid ad fatigue, rotate your Facebook ads regularly. And so ad fatigue is when people see your ad too many times, so they get bored and stop clicking. Unfortunately, when your click-through rate starts to drop, Facebook penalizes you, driving up your cost per click, which makes likes, comments, and click-throughs more expensive. This affects both acquisition and engagement campaigns. Now, on to the good stuff. You know you have to be advertising on Facebook. You know how to create an ad. You know how to get clicks. Now I'm going to show you how I think is the best way to generate daily leads. There's a step-by-step formula to get instant presentations to sell your agency's offering one-on-one with your clients. So step 1, are you targeting the right people? Make sure you're zoning in on an audience that converts. The B2B world has really made it with Facebook advertising. The platform is built for lead conversion. The blueprint we've been using to generate thousands of leads in the last 6 months is this. First, set up your audience to target the employees of the companies you want to prospect. And then make sure it's relevant. Set up your ad so it speaks to them directly. How? So forget about demographics like interests and behaviors. You don't need that because it will just convolute things. And since this is B2B advertising, you know who your client is. You know where they work, and you know who the decision makers are. Facebook allows you to create an audience based on these exact criteria. So no matter what industry you're after, these audience parameters will work for your business. For example, let's say your agency is after luxury car dealerships in New York. Your audience should look something like this. Obviously, your location is New York. You know about the age range. And then people who match in job title, CEO, directors, GM, CMOs. And they also must match in terms of employers. So if it's a luxury car dealerships, Porsche, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, and then you want them to appear in the Facebook feed. A quick tip here, if you create an audience that's complex, chances are that capturing the leads will also be complex. So keep it simple. Step 2, do you have the right words in your ads? So here's an example of things that we've done. In the 333 ads our internal team has created and the over 2,000 leads generated from them, we've only had 2 ads that didn't convert any leads. They're from the same campaign and you're looking at them. The targeting was dialed in, but the message didn't catch the audience's attention. So what was missing? Who we were targeting. There's no mention of agency or media company, and those are a lot of the types of partners that we have. The takeaway? Use the name of your client's business in your copy if you can. It sounds basic, but this should really be done for every ad you create. You're competing with millions of other ads out there, so make sure your target sees yours. Lace all of them with specific messaging in the headline, text, description, wherever you can. And so how did we make the change? A large portion of our partners are agencies, like I said, so we added that text into the ad copy. #1 app store for agencies. Step 3, and most importantly, use Facebook lead ads. Facebook lead ad is an ad that shows up in the user's newsfeed just like any other ad, but the difference is when they click through, they're taken to a native lead card that acts as a mini landing page. So if they're interested in knowing more, they click to a form that's pre-populated with their information. From there, they click submit, and you've captured all of their info for a follow-up. We've seen a lot of businesses use Facebook lead ads for top of the funnel stuff like content downloads, webinars, and more, but rarely do we see them used for presentations or consultations. And they really should be. So, how do you get an unprimed user straight to the altar in half a minute or less? I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you how with clicks. This is what we call the 3-click method to getting presentations from Facebook lead ads. So the first click, it starts with the newsfeed ad. Start with a simple hook to a deeper story. Make the call to action a logical first step, like we have here. Learn more. Now, the second click is on the lead card. This is the page that appears once the newsfeed ad call to action, so the learn more, is clicked on. Here's where you continue the story. Tell the user about the benefits of your business or products. This call to action is critical. Don't make the mistake and use something passive like find out more today. Here, get the user to make a commitment. And finally, it's the pre-populated form. Thanks to the Facebook ads, the fields are auto-filled with the user's info. All they have to do now is click submit and seal their commitment. Okay, so I can almost hear some of you thinking, cool idea, clever marketing, but there's no way you're actually getting presentations from this. I'm telling you that we are, and I'll tell you why it works after you see these numbers. So from the 3-click method over 114 days, Vendasta's marketing department provided 757 qualified leads to our sales team in under 4 months. From those, we've secured 156 presentations. That's more than a presentation every single day. And from those presentations, we closed 18 deals. That is a new acquisition every 6 days. And these results are just from Facebook lead ads. Now, here's why it works. Facebook lead ads are successful because the user doesn't have to work to make a choice. So what happens when you get exported to an external landing page? Thanks to a lot of the unfortunate marketing and landing pages we've been exposed to, we're conditioned to believe that the potential value of the offer is not worth the work to get it. So it's not worth your time to fill in all the fields, to do all of that work to get to whatever the offer may be. Facebook lead ads change that. With a typical landing page, like we just talked about, the prospect has to work to acclimate to the page, work to read the page, work to fill out the form, and hardest of all, work to make the decision to commit to a presentation. 99 out of 100 times, you bounce within a second of landing. The Facebook lead ad format, nullifies all of that. So it's a native lead card with 5 bullet points. There's no form to fill, there's no thinking, there's no work. All you have to do is push a button 3 times and wait for a call. The potential value of your offer has now tipped the scale back into your favor. There it is. That's how you get instant presentations. And lastly, a quick tip. In the ads that you saw, we didn't pitch Vendasta's entire platform. We started with a piece of our story that leads to a bigger plot. Think of it like a movie trailer. Start with something small the user can process in a short amount of time. Too much thinking is like work, and too much work will cost you the lead. If you liked this short but hopefully informative webinar, you will love our blog. I've taken this content from an excellent blog written by one of our strategists, Jamie Taylor. Vendasta.com/blog is where you can find all of this information. And my name is Amy. That's all I had for you today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, reach out to me on LinkedIn, or even give me a call. I would love to hear from you. Thanks, everyone, and see you again next week.